It's time for local high school football. The 38th season of Hometown Sports with Greg Kerr and Myles Boyns. Sponsored by Alpha Technologies and Alarm Systems, Little Caesars, Mercedes-Benz of Bakersfield, Valley Strong Credit Union, and Golden Empire Transit.
And good evening and welcome to Hometown Sports. I'm Greg Kerr alongside Myles Boyns, and this is our 38th season of bringing you the most games, the most comprehensive highlights, the one and only 1 hour show dedicated to high school football.
And it's week 8, and that also means week 2 of league play around the Central section. We'll take you around each of our 5 local leagues with highlights and post-game interviews from 15 different games. In addition, we have awards such as Athletes of the Week, Players of the Week, Exciting Play, Game-Saving Play, Youth Football, Hits of the Week, Hometown All-Stars, and our Scholar of the Week. And we are on the road. Actually, they have a bye, but we will be with the BC Renegades each week.
Absolutely. And by the way, we also have our hometown flashbacks this week. We have probably the best hit we've ever had in 38 years. And we'll take a look back at that as well. We have a jam-packed hour just ahead. Before we begin, a huge thank you to our sponsors, Little Caesars Pizza, 15 convenient locations in Kern County, Valley Strong Credit Union, Valley Business is Valley Strong, Alpha Technologies and Alarms, keeping you protected and connected, and Golden Empire Transit. Get makes better connecting people to places one ride at a time. And our segment sponsors, many of them longtime partners like Raymond's Trophies and Awards, Brimhall Dental Group, Golden Empire Youth Football, Accelerated Urgent Care, Brian Hicks Real Estate Group, and Stockdale Podiatry Group as well. So let's kick off week number 8 of our 38th season. And as always, we thank you for joining us. And boy, did we have a good one that went a little extra between Centennial and BHS. The schedule says it's a non-league game, but it was so much more. The unbeaten Drillers, the once beaten Golden Hawks, playoff seeding implications certainly in play. And what did we get? An overtime classic that had a little bit of everything, including a special teams play that may have been the difference. So let's take you to Centennial for this one. And the Drillers getting things started going to the air, except it would be their first turnover of the season. Braxton Hardy with the interception. First turnover of the season, and we're in week 8. That is saying something. Second quarter, no score. Brenton Brown seems to be a highlight every week, running hard through a gaping hole. And then it's 7-0 BHS on top. One play after the ensuing kickoff. Look at that. Jet Santiago to Caden Howard. Busted coverage, 55 yards. We're tied at 7. Next Hawks possession. Santiago to Howard again. Big gain. Good throw on the money. Very next play, Jason Grant goes in. And the Golden Hawks on top 14-7. Meanwhile, the Golden Hawks defense up to the task. Jaden Hernandez with tackle for loss in the backfield. Just before the half, Jet Santiago on the move. Near side, he is going to go down and stay down. He would remain in the game. But we have come to learn he played the remainder of the game with a fracture in his lower right leg near his ankle. He will see a specialist this week. It was 14-7, Centennial at the half. Good look at Jet right there. They taped him up. Halftime activities. And Santiago, despite the fracture, taped up on the right leg and ready to go. Tough dude, third quarter. There's Brenton Brown again. Bouncing off of people. Big gain. And then Elijah Cavazos to Kalik Austin. Open, you bet. Nice grab, too. Game tied 14-14. Fourth quarter, this is a huge play. The Drillers are to punt. Bad snap. This could give Centennial the ball in scoring position in the fourth quarter. Instead, somehow, some way, the punt there keeps Centennial from getting a great field position. So we are going into overtime as the captains and coaches meet at midfield. Hawks ball. Second play. Jason Grant to the end zone. 21-14. So the Drillers need to respond. Third down for BHS. Bryson Abbott gets into the end zone. 21-20. After the play, the Golden Hawks were hit with not one, but 2 unsportsmanlike penalties, moving the 2-point conversion close to the goal line, and they decide to go for it, and Bryson Abbott gets in. And BHS remains unbeaten, and they can celebrate as they win by a final of 22-21.
Emotions all over the place right now. You know, a lot of mistakes on our behalf. Centennial came to play tonight, and as we knew they would. Well-coached team. Kids came out just fired up. But you know, like I said, we got to match their intensity, and we did. And we find a way to win. You got to find a way to win in big games like this, and we did that.
We came out, second half we was down, and my team fought their adversity. And I love how they fought back and didn't give up. Play all the way to overtime. That's 5 quarters in our belt that we fought through.
All right, and again, an assist to Jack Hopkins, who had that bad snap. He recovered and got the punt off for BHS as they go on to win 22-21. Look at next week. BHS at BCHS, and Centennial will host Liberty. Can't wait for those games.
Yep, definitely some great games on the horizon. And it was last year that the Central Valley was stopped on its axis, where Frontier beat Liberty on the road 25-20, ending their 11-year losing streak to the Patriots, handing Liberty their first league loss since 2016. Fast forward a year later, they get to run it back. This time, the Titans are at home. And let's take you to it. A pink out at Frontier High. And Frontier High quarterback Brady Campbell suited up after missing last week due to injury. And a good look at Liberty's Matthew Maldonado. Suffered injuries from a car accident weeks ago. Good to see him back. First quarter, Logan Slayton forces the fumble. Liberty up 3-0. And Frontier recovers, however, gets a flag for throwing the ball, which hurt them because the next play, Joaquin Witten delivers the stick in the end zone for the safety. Pats lead 5-0. The offense would take advantage. Gavin Parham to Brock Wattenbarger for the score. 12-0. Liberty on top in the second quarter. The Titans answer right back with Logan Slayton bouncing it to the outside from the Wildcat. He's going to be pushed into the end zone. Frontier on the board, trailing 12-7. Fourth down. And the Patriots to punt. And it is high and up there, but it is muffed and fighting for the ball. And it happened to be Liberty ball recovered by Ronan Davis. There he is with the ball right there. Ensuing drive. Cue Jalen Murphy. It's going to go to the outside, gets to the edge. Just like that, Liberty leads 19-7. Brady Campbell now in. He didn't start this game. However, he's making his presence felt now. Throws deep, connects with Malcolm Watkins. Deep in Patriot territory. A few plays later, Logan Slayton keeps it for his second touchdown on the night. And Frontier trails 19-14 at the half. Late third quarter we go, same score. And Keegan Robertson comes up and forces the fumble. Roy Vaughn recovers in the end zone for the touchdown. Frontier takes their first lead of the game, 20-19. Jumping to the fourth quarter, under 2 minutes left to play. QB change, Robert Smith makes the most of it. Lucas Balamonte sticking with it.
Wow.
For the big gain, and then the next play, Emiliano Witten is going to get into the end zone. Liberty back out front, 25-20. Similar score right there. I told you the score earlier. 9 seconds left in the game, fourth down. And Dakota Garcia with the pressure. Pass is incomplete. Turnover on downs. Liberty avenges last year's Black and Blue Bull loss with a win. Same final score. However, a different team won. Final score 25-20.
I didn't realize it was the same score. That's kind of crazy. No, it's become a good rivalry with two good programs, and obviously we got them last year, and they got us this year, and then hopefully we get to play again in the playoffs.
I wasn't there last year, but I know how big of a deal this game is, and it was just something that I was excited to be a part of, and I don't think of the irony.
But the fact that, it's my senior season and I got the win, or we got it back from last year, it feels good.
25-20 your final score. Liberty will be at Centennial. Frontier will host Garces.
All right, so rounding out the River League, Stockdale visiting Garces. Two teams looking for a win, some momentum for the stretch run. Rams with first-year coach Grant Campbell. The Mustangs after a midseason coaching change led by Chad Dials. Let's take you to Tobias Field at Garces and the Garces cheerleaders putting on a show. And we got to show you Elon Mackey. First of all, just the pitch here to Major Williams. Williams picking up some tough earned yards right there. And then Mackey spreading it around, finds Nate Young on the far sideline. He's going to shed a tackler or two, get inside the 5-yard line. Then the give to Nate Young. The ball is loose but ruled to have broken the plane. Everybody going for that one. It's 7-0. Mustangs on top. Second quarter, Rams defense steps up. That is Quinn Kronfeld with the quarterback sack. Later second quarter, Rams get the ball after a punt. Sam Gonzalez to Luke Napier. And then the Rams at the goal line go jumbo with Gino Lefevre, number 55. Big guy scores. We'll let him celebrate a little extra here. There you go. We're tied at 7. And that's your score at the half. Homecoming for the Rams, just like it was almost everywhere in Kern County in the central section. Let's go third quarter. Mustangs to punt. Oh, are they? Dylan Thomason has other ideas, running for a first down to keep the drive alive. And the Rams say, if you can do it, we can do it. They go big. Timothy Nielsen. Yeah, I love it, man.
Goodness.
Nice carry right there, moving the pile. And then check this out. Elon Mack, you got to watch this. Just keep an eye on 4 and green because he's going to try to make a tackle. And Elon Mackey is playing limbo. What was that? What was that? In for the touchdown, ducking the defender.
That was Madden.
And it's 13-7 Stockdale on top. Later third quarter, Rams answer right back. Sam Gonzalez finds Will Froelich. Touchdown. 14-13, Rams back on top. Fourth quarter, Rams to punt. Uh-oh. Major Williams makes the tackle. Stockdale takes over great field position. And that sets up a short TD run by Major Williams. 19-14 Stockdale. Mustangs defense, would it be up to the task? We're about to find out. Up by 5. And Nate Young is there for the quarterback sack. The Rams punt it away. And guess what? They never got it back. Elon Mackey to Logan Gonzalez. They're up by 5 going into a 2-score game, but he just slides at the 2 and says, we'll just run out the clock. And that's exactly what they did. Stockdale wins it by a final of 19-14.
Boys came out and played well. They were prepared. They've been practicing hard all week, and finally we were able to get in the winning column, which feels real good.
All right, so there's the Stockdale victory once again as they pick it up over Garces. Both teams back at work next week. Meanwhile, let's take a look at our River League standings. Liberty and Centennial both at 1-0. Frontier 1-1. Stockdale with that win 1-1. Garces sitting at 0-2. Well, 38 years of hometown sports. We're digging into our archives to bring you a hometown flashback each segment. Bakersfield College playing at L.A. Pierce with a trip to the Potato Bowl riding on the outcome. Okay, first things first. Why is this official on this kick like 15 yards behind the goal line? The goal post. I have no idea why he's way back there. Anyway, the real story is this guy, John Baker, the field goal maker out of Foothill. He would end up playing for the Dallas Cowboys, by the way. This kick to win the game, and he nails it. And they go nuts. And by the way, a team coached by the late Carl Bowser. We'll have more on Carl later on. They carry John Baker off on their shoulders. BC football and John Baker, a big part of hometown sports. Time for our first break. Quick reminder, follow us on X, Hometown BAK, for all your live updates and scores, over 6,000 strong and growing. Coming up, we're heading to BCHS and Independence for the latest from the Valley League. Hometown Sports will be right back.
And welcome back to Hometown Sports. The defending Valley League champion BCHS Eagles opening up league play strong last week with the win at Ridgeview, looking to go 2-0 in league when they host Highland in a tale of 2 halves. We'll show you what we're talking about, taking you out to BCHS first quarter. That Eagles defense getting to the backfield, and that would be a sack. Meanwhile, BCHS on offense, Talon Mather gets to the edge, into the end zone for the touchdown. 7-0 Liberty lead late in the first quarter. Now 10-0. Scott's the punt, and it is muffed, and Colby Stewart recovers it. Highland ball. Onto the second quarter, ensuing drive. Preston Mendez to Johnny Brucker. And he is going to do the rest. And the score was tied 10-10. That was your score at the half. And there's the homecoming float. Third quarter, business picking up for BCHS. Lincoln Adame steps in the pocket. And Andre Calderon going to make the adjustment and break some tackles on his way to the end zone. Eagles back on top, 17-10. Now BCHS back on offense. And this pass picked off by Nick Gonzalez.
Wow.
And he is going to take it back the other way. However, the return was called back. due to a block in the back, which would cost Highland dearly because this 4th down, and they would get stuffed. Turnover on downs, and that may have been the game-changing play because BCHS taking advantage. Lincoln Adame to Andre Calderon for the pair's 2nd touchdown on the night. 24-10, Eagles. Meanwhile, next possession, Scott's punt attempt goes bad. He is going to throw it out of bounds, and they're waiting on it.
Cameraman was wide open.
Intentional grounding. 2 points for the Eagles. Now 33-10. That defense coming up big. The tip drill intercepted by Michael Smith. Runs it back for the pick 6. 40-10. Next offensive possession for BCHS. Talon Mather on the play action. He is going to roll out. Finds Andre Calderon in the end zone. BCHS shuts out Highland in the second half, winning 47-10. Here's Darren Carr on facing BHS next week.
All love and respect to BHS, man. I was there for 8 years, and a lot of our staff was there, man. So we have all kinds of respect for them, and they're a good football team. You know, I would be lying if I didn't say we've watched a little film on them, and they're talented, man. It really is. So it's going to be coming down to our guys working hard during the week and coming out and playing football against them.
Right, and that is going to be a Valley League matchup that everyone has their eyes on. Meanwhile, Highland will host Independence.
All right, once upon a time, rivalry week was week 10, no more. Last week, Miramonte and Foothill. This week, Ridgeview traveling a couple miles down the road to face Independence. The Wolfpack 0-1 in league play. The Falcons, it's their league opener. Falcons coach Paul Gola leading his team out onto the field in this one. And the Falcons would turn it over in the very first possession. And here it is. Ball on ground, recovered by Angel Ojeda, number 51. And the Pack go right to work with the short field. John Gutierrez, near side, down around the 5-yard line, and then Mason level the QB sneak at the 1. The Pack on top early in this one, 6-0. Falcons respond, however. Gunter Gola at quarterback rolls out and throws against his body, across his body to Omarius Rowell, who makes the catch and evades all tacklers and outraces the rest. Falcons on top 7-6. Later first quarter, Mason Level back at the controls. Quick toss here to John Gutierrez, who bounces to the outside, sheds 1 tackle, 2, 3, 4, in for the score, and it's 12-7. Pack back on top. Second quarter, Falcons driving. Gunter Gola to Jakai Arvin. What a nice game on both sides of the ball. And the Falcons on the doorstep. Marshall Almonte in for the touchdown. And the Falcons retake the lead 14-12. And that is your score as we go to halftime. Let's pick it up now. Third quarter, Wolfpack back to punt. Again, the score is still 14-12. The punt here is going to carry him off the Falcons' return man. There it is. And recovered by Jacob Loya. Great field position for Ridgeview as the officials confirm it's Ridgeview ball. But very next play, ball on ground. Mason White recovers for the Falcons. Huge play right there. The Falcons, meanwhile, passing the flat, snuffed out by Diego Herrera. That forced another punt. Remember, it's just a 2-point game. Possession is big. The Pack down by those 2 points. This is a 4th down pass. Going to be caught by Francisco Palma, but clearly out of bounds. So the Falcons get the ball back. And in their next possession, Gunter Gola throwing a strike to Angel Corona. Touchdown. Independence goes on to win 21-12. Their defense leading the way.
I mean, hats off to our defense. You know, the second half, we had a shutout, and, you know, we turned the ball over early in the game. That's how they had the first 7 points. And I thought they did a great job of game planning, a big physical offensive lineman, and it just took a little while for our guys to kind of get their groove. And but boy, I mean, both teams played their lights out. What a great rival game.
I'm very proud of the job my team did. They answered the bell. I asked them to, and they did a really good job playing a tough team.
All right, so again, the final score 21-12. Independence at Highland. Ridgeview will step out of league play and host Stockdale. Meanwhile, your Valley League standings look like this. BCHS at 2-0, BHS and Independence 1-0, Highland and Ridgeview both 0-2. It's time for another Hometown Sports Flashback as we dig into our archives, which date back to September 5th of 1987, in case you were wondering. It's just a couple years ago that Brian Nixon and his Liberty Patriots are on their way to a state championship. They found themselves down 2 touchdowns at the half in a SoCal championship game when Nixon and then running back Jalen Hankins addressed the team in the locker room, and we were there.
We got 24 minutes left to play football. We got 24 minutes to decide how we want to go down. We got 24 minutes to go if we want to play on Monday. The wonderful part about it is I know who the better team is.
I have no doubt that we are the better team. Everyone that was on that field that knows. Every single person knows. Now let's go out and act like it. We know what we can do. Let's go. Come on. Finish our team. 1, 2, 3. Finish.
Well, they did finish as Liberty goes on to win it, and they won a state championship. Coming up on Hometown Sports, we're heading to the Mountain League with stops at North and South. Join the crowd. Follow us on X at Hometown BAK. We'll be right back.
And welcome back. Now we're headed to the Mountain League. On top of that mountain is Chris Crimpian and his Tehachapi Warriors, who's coming off a shutout road win versus East, heading back to Bakersfield. They get a crack at Adam Levinson and his North High Stars. And there's a look at the homecoming king and queen for North High. And here come the Stars. First quarter we go. Tehachapi getting things done on the ground. Wade Brooks through the gap, breaking tackles and breaking free. He is going to be brought down just inside the red zone. Cameraman had a trouble right there. Later on in the drive, Andrew Aguirre fighting for every yard. And it would pay off as he gets in the end zone. 7-0 Warriors. Second quarter, Colton Michael airs it out, and Kyler Huffard, another amazing grab inside the 5-yard line. A few plays later, Adrian Pena, he's going to punch it in. Tehachapi up 14-0. And he would help out on defense too. The initial stick, joined by some friends in the backfield. Fourth down, Stars the punt, the bad snap through the legs. And he's going to throw it. It gets picked off by Andrew Aguirre. Runs it back for the pick six. Warriors up 21-0. Things not getting better for North as this pass downfield is going to be picked off by Carter Coleslaw. Can kick and he can play safety. Ensuing drive, Colton Michael finds Adrian Pena in the end zone. Pena's second touchdown, extra point no good. Warriors led 27-0 at the half. The SpongeBob theme for the homecoming festivities. Opening kickoff of the third quarter. Caden King back deep. He's going to find an opening, and he's breaking tackles. One-on-one, no pun intended.
Holding that head back, he's getting tired.
And Kyler Moore catches him. Horse collar brought the Warriors closer to the end zone. Chris Crimpian giving him a hard time right there. Next play, Caden Haggerty runs it in for the Warriors. Tehachapi goes 2-0 in league play, taking down North 48-7.
I thought we were going to be in for a dogfight. Luckily, we made some adjustments defensively, got the stop, and then marched down for a nice 8-minute drive and capitalized on a touchdown.
48-7 is the final score. Tehachapi will host West. Meanwhile, North will be on the road at East.
Well, the South High Rebels are quietly putting together an impressive season. The pitch-catch combo of Josh Encinas and Jairo Hazley is terrific, combining for 5 touchdowns over the last 2 weeks. We have homecoming at South. They were entertaining the East High Blades, the regiment ready to set the tone for South in first quarter. No score. Josh Encinas. No, this isn't Jairo Hazley. This is A.J. Jones with a catch right there. Same combination going to work again. Deep ball. This is going to get the Spartans inside the 5-yard line with that catch. After a bad snap, pushed the Spartans back a little bit. Encinas goes to Jairo Hazley, who makes the grab, and it is 7-0 Spartans on top. Let's go to the second quarter, and the Spartans now go to the ground game. And look at Brandon Burrell go. Just gashing the defense, and they give chase and finally haul him down inside the 20-yard line of just about almost the 10. Encinas then the pitch to Hazley, who literally walks it in. It's 14-0 South on top. Meanwhile, East needing a score, facing fourth down. Their sophomore quarterback, Christian Tellez, to Dominic Heckard, who makes the catch and goes in. And it's 14-7. But the Spartans march the field. And guess what? Encinas to Hazley again. A good look at Hazley after the catch. Listen in. Hi, Mom. Gets together with the mascot. It's 21-7 at the half, and there's your king and queen at South High School. Third quarter. Run game, working again. This time it's Marvin Parra. Dragon defenders. More than one, in fact.
Jeez.
The drive would stall, so you know what that means. You call on J.J. Flores, who kicks the first of two of his field goals. 24-7, South on top. Later third quarter, Josh Encinas to Tomas Encinas. Yo, bro, and he makes the grab. Nice throw, nice catch. Fourth quarter, same drive, Encinas looking, tucking, and running. That makes it 31-7. Show you the final play of the game because no quit in East High. Christian Tellez to Dominic Heckard for their second TD hookup. But South moves to 2-0 in league play, 34-14. Some big games still on the horizon.
Well, as a coach, that's what you want. You know, we're building for that. We got some time to get ready for that. So that's what we're trying to do. We got to get better if we want to. If we want to win this league, we got to get better.
You and Jairell, what a deadly duo. How fun is it to throw to that guy?
Man, it's amazing. He's like Justin Jefferson out there. You know, like he'll catch any ball I throw to him. He's perfect. He's amazing. I love my QB, man. I tell him the adjustments I see in the game, and he adjusts to the ball. When I ask him to throw it in a certain spot, he gets it to that spot when he can. So I just thank Josh for giving me the option and the chance to score all these touchdowns that I've been scoring. And I want to thank the rest of my team for setting us up like that.
Make sure you thank everybody, and he did. South wins at 34-14. They will host Miramonte as they step out of league. East will host North. Mountain League standings look like this. Tehachapi and South both on top at 2-0. West and North both 0-1. East at 0-2. It's time for another hometown flashback. Take you back to 1988, a JUCO national title at stake as the BC Renegades host Fullerton. Yes, a packed house at BC. 20,000 strong there. Can you believe it? Fourth quarter, Gage trailing Stan Green, who now works at the Kern High School District, throws a complete pass on fourth down to Lionel Sykes to keep the drive alive. Later in the drive, they get the go-ahead touchdown and let the celebration begin. The late Carl Bowser, there he is, celebrating. And the guy with the camera and hair, that's me back in the day. Okay? The Renegades are national champions. BC football, a big part of hometown sports. It's time for another break. Coming up, we'll travel to South Sequoia League. It stops at Wasco, Delano, and Chavez. And remember, you can find us on X at Hometown BAK. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Hometown Sports. Kennedy at Wasco, the first of what will be many showdowns in the South Sequoia League. The Thunderbirds and Tigers, each 1-0 in league play. Let's take you out to Wasco. The Tigers take the field from this one. Second play from scrimmage, and you might say the Thunderbirds sort of set the tone with Jace DeMcCoblin. Going 35 yards. And one guy usually doesn't bring him down. Or if you do, you just got to get him at the legs or knock him out of bounds. Moments later, Nahir Dozier goes in, standing up, 7-0 T-Birds on top. Tigers have their back of their own. His name, Hammy Lopez, in case you missed him last week, going for 306 yards, ripping off a 75-yard touchdown run here. And we are tied at 7 apiece. Wearing the camos out there. They couldn't catch them. Second quarter, back at it again. And Hammy Lopez on the loose again. Inside the 20-yard line. The Tigers eventually would face a 4th and goal. Who are you going to call? Hammy Lopez. Tigers on top 14-7 with under 2 minutes to play in the half. And that's when the Thunderbirds get to marching down the field. And when they do, this happened. Javier Valdez to a wide open Azariah Gutierrez, 14-14, and that is your score at the half. Tilly the Tiger, meanwhile, I guess a crossing guard for Halloween. I don't know what you got going on there, but here we go. Third quarter, Wasco driving the ball. That's usually a good thing, but bad things happening here. Ball is loose. Noah Farrell is going to scoop it up, and he's going 50 yards the other way. 21-14, Kennedy on top. Next Tigers possession, 4th and short. And they are stopped cold. And 2 plays later, T-Birds are back in the end zone. Jace DeMcCoblin the score. They get 28-14. They go on to win by a final of 35-14.
That's what I love about the SSL. We see different offenses every week, and that's what makes it fun. Because game planning wise, our kids don't get bored doing the same thing over and over again. There's always a plan for the week. Kind of keeps us alive. So I'm glad we get to have this opportunity to play the double wing because it's good for us because it brings out the toughness in us.
Playing that double wing, you don't see it every day, do you? So Kennedy will be at Shafter. That's a Thursday game, by the way. Wasco at Taft. Miles?
And more Tigers on the loose, taking things to Delano, where the Tigers have the most difficult start to league on paper, opening up league play at Kennedy last week, then turning around to host the defending SSL champs in Shafter. Let's take you out to Delano. Quite a few players on homecoming royalty. Second quarter we go. Scoreless. Marion Sloan would change that all the way to the house. Puts the Generals up 7-0. Ensuing kickoff. And it would be an onside, and Hector Cruz recovers it, giving Shafter the ball. The Generals would take advantage. Cash Gutierrez punches it in, making it 14-0. Shafter ball again, looking to go up 3 scores. And disaster struck as they fumble, and it's recovered by Paul Garcia. 2 plays later, Roberto Garcia is going to get to the outside. And he's going to put the Tigers up on the board as they trail 14-7. Shafter answering right back as Cash Gutierrez runs hard for his second touchdown on the night. Generals lead 21-7 at half. And look at the light show. It's a Tiger. And then it is a football player.
Yeah,
that is pretty awesome. Not something you see every day.
Working the drones.
Third quarter we go. Cue to Chris Espinoza. And he is picking up good yardage for the first down. Few plays later, cue Marion Sloan back on the ground for his second touchdown on the night. Shafter extends their lead 27-7. And why not go back to him? Breaks one off for his third touchdown of the night. Shafter goes 2-0 in league, beating Delano 41-13. Gerald Perucci on playing Kennedy next week.
This late in the season and how many times we've played, we know them, they know us, and it's just, sometimes it seems like this game always comes down to who has the ball last.
All right, and we shall find out Thursday. Meanwhile, Delano will host Chavez in a city matchup.
Final stop of the South Sequoia League, Taft and Chavez. Both teams young and growing up, by the way, and also growing pains. A win for either team will give them momentum heading into Week 3 of league play. Let's get you out to Chavez in Delano, and the Titans taking the field here. And the Titans also going to the air here early on, but a mix-up between quarterback and receivers. Cash Clark just waits for it to come down and gets the interception. That would lead to a field goal and a 3-0 Taft lead. Let's go to the second quarter. Things got interesting here. The Titans defense applying the pressure, and eventually ball is going to be knocked loose and then recovered inside the 5-yard line by Maxim Ruiz. But then the Wildcats defense makes the goal line stand right here, and so it's still a 3-0 game. Moments later, it looked like Taft had the big play. Josh Cundiff right here, going 90 yards. Spoiler alert, it was called back. So the Wildcats were forced to punt, bad snap, so instead of a 10-0 lead, it's a safety, and it's now 3-2. But the Wildcats defense stepped up. Isaac Nazaroff picking off this pass. And then Cash Clark taking it in from 25 yards out. And now the Wildcats are on top, 10-2. And that's your score at the half, and they were just getting started. More from the third quarter. And the defense. If Josh Cundiff was going to be denied that 90-yard touchdown, he's not going to be denied a 40-yard pick six. And there it is, 17-2, Taft on top. Want some defense? Got more from you from the Wildcats. Ernest Laulu making the stop in the backfield. That sets up Cash Clark again.
Ooh. Running
this one to the 1-yard line. That ended the third quarter, by the way. So the same drive, fourth quarter going the other way. Clark's going to throw a strike to Carson Bryant, and Taft goes on to win by a final of 37-2.
Oh, man, I'm just really super excited for our kids. Our kids needed that win in the worst way. And to see a smile on their face after weeks of hard work is priceless.
All right, so here it is. Taft, the winner, and your standings right now in the SSL look like this. Shafter and Kennedy, they play each other Thursday. You got Wasco and Taft at 1-1, Delano, Chavez 0-2. Our fourth and final hometown sports flashback. It might be the best hit in our 38 years of hometown sports. BHS was hosting Grant High of Sacramento, and watch this. A pass in the flat, and this is Alex Mitchell with the jaw-dropping hit. By the way, we can tell you that everyone was okay. That's worth another look or two or three or four. Alex Mitchell and BHS, a big part of hometown sports. Once again, check us out on X at Hometown BAK. We're coming back, the Horizon League, plus stops in McFarland and Kern Valley. We'll be right back. It's official, the Horizon League race is wide open. 4 of the 5 teams control their own destiny. One of those teams is Arvin, the Bears hosting Del Oro. Let's get you out there, and would you be shocked that it was homecoming? Homecoming at Arvin, as it was pretty much everywhere. And the Bears' first possession going to the air, as it's Andrew Rosales to his favorite target, Xavier Brooks right here. They would make their way down the field where Abrin Gonzalez is going to score from short range, and the Bears have the early lead in this one. Meanwhile, the Bears defense getting into the backfield, and again, it's the guy who just scored a touchdown, Abrin Gonzalez, the strip and the score. And suddenly it's 14-0, Bears on top. Del Oro would strike back, Keenan Starling to Ernest Jones, the deep ball. They needed that badly, got him in stride. Touchdown, it's 14-7. Later second quarter now, 21-7. And watch Rosales go to work as he is going to throw to Xavier Brooks. Again, Brooks does most of the work. Short pass, cuts against the grain, and he's coming right at you. 28-7. Just before the half, Keenan Starling. Another big play. This one a short pass, but the yards after catch, Victor Campos outruns everyone. Suns get on the board, 28-13 at the half. In the third quarter, the Bears score first and extend their lead. It's going to be Xavier Reynoso coming up with a touchdown here to make it 34-13. The Suns did get a pick six by Adrian Gracian, but not enough as the Bears go on to win by a final of 40-20.
And coming off a tough loss for the Battle of the Highway 58 to Foothill, Miramonte heading into a battle against defending league champs in Golden Valley. Safe to say last week's loss left a sour taste in their mouth because this one was a battle. Let's take you out to Miramonte High School. First quarter, the Lions going to their bread and butter, which is Nathan Gonzalez, and he is going to do what Nathan Gonzalez does, and that is break tackles and run hard and pick up first downs. Later on in the drive, why stop there? He's going to punch it in, and the Lions up 7-0. Ensuing drive, Antonio Casillas, the QB run through the gap, makes a move, and he is gone. Golden Valley ties it up at 7 with that quarterback run. And Miramonte ball again. And they would go back to their weapon, Nathan Gonzalez. He is going to the outside now, getting brought down at about the 25 in Bulldog territory. Second quarter, same drive. Fabian Carrillo, QB sneaks it in for the touchdown. Lions up 14-7. Golden Valley looking to answer right back. Antonio Casillas airs it out to Jaden Hogg, who makes a great grab in the end zone. However, it wouldn't stand due to a penalty, which hurt them because the next play, this is the final seconds of the half right there, the pass is intercepted by Johnny Castro. Miramonte leads Golden Valley 14-7 at the half. Third quarter, Carson Parra. He is running hard, and he's just refusing to be denied. Still on his feet, picks up the first down. A few plays later, Antonio Casillas on the design QB run, reading his blocks, and he gets in the end zone for his second touchdown on the night. Bulldogs tie it up at 14 apiece. Fourth quarter we go. Fabian Carrillo to Nathan Gonzalez, and he is still on his feet, brought down at about the 2. Next play, he runs it in for his second touchdown on the night. PAT no good. Lions lead 20-14, and we are going to jump to the final play of the game. Bulldogs in need of a miracle. In the pass, ruled incomplete. Miramonte stuns the defending league champs in Golden Valley 20-14.
Every one of you guys are a winner. It's not some of you guys. Every one of you guys are a winner. Our team played four hard quarters of football. Golden Valley was a really good opponent. I thought we came out and played our best football of the year.
I feel like this is going to get the momentum going, and we're just on to the next, which is South.
Huge win for Miramonte. Yep, they will be at South. Golden Valley hosting Arvin.
West and Foothill stepping out of league play. Foothill coming off an emotional Highway 58 rivalry win over that Miramonte team. West returns to league play next week against defending league champion Chavez. Vikings take the field in this one, but it would be Foothill that got off to the fast start, or at least that's what they thought. Andrew Trevino right here, busting loose to get into the outside. However, the bad news for the Trojans, who had tough time scoring in this one was called back. Moments later, the Vikings defense all over this play. Looks like a team picture. They got like 7 guys there in the backfield. So, second quarter, Vikings on the move, no score. Elias Garolo rolls out and finds Lorenzo Vasquez with a nice catch down at the 42-yard line. Moments later, Garolo, quarterback sneak, 7-0 West. And that is your score at the half. So we go to the second half. Yes, another homecoming. Second half kickoff is going to bounce off a Foothill player, and Victor Bernal is going to recover for the Vikings. And they are going to make the most of this. After the recovery, the give to Lorenzo Vasquez, and watch him cut back after he evades that tackler. Cut back against the grain, goes in for the touchdown. 13-0 Vikings on top. Fourth quarter, still 13-0. The Trojans need a break. They need one now, and they're going to get it. Isaiah Hernandez is going to strip the ball away from the quarterback, get a short return, but it would lead to a touchdown on the reverse to Eric Zepeda to make it 13-7. But that would be that. West High goes on to win by a final of 20-7. West at Tashby, and Foothill will host Del Oro. And there's your standings. Foothill, Arvin at 1-0, Miramonte, Golden Valley at 1-1, Del Oro at 0-2.
Heading to some high Desert League action. Kern Valley back at home hosting Roseman. This one, a defensive battle so much that we only have highlights from 2 quarters. Let's take you out to Lake Isabella. Jumping to the second quarter, still scoreless. Tyshawn Flowers dumps it to Robert Evans. He's going to pick up some good yardage, and he gets the first down. The very next play, Flowers back to the air, finds Amari Franklin across the middle, and he is brought down in Bronx territory, now in goal range. Jonathan Moore caps off the drive with a touchdown run. PAT no good. Remember those words. Roseman led 6-0 at the half. Jumping to the fourth quarter, same score. Zane Carver rolls out. He's going to throw it to the end zone, and Bryce Smoot has his man beat for the TD grab. PAT was good. Kern Valley leads 7-6. And the Broncos defense stepping up. Ivan Mondragon with the tackle for loss. Roadrunners facing a fourth down. And the pass is going to be ruled incomplete. Smoot with the deflection. However, Roseman's D held up, giving the runners another possession. Under a minute left in the game. Fourth down, incomplete pass. Kern Valley hangs on to beat Roseman 7-6, and they will be on the road at Cal City.
Our final stop, McFarland. The Cougars looking to put a 4-game losing streak to an end. Parley or Panthers might be the remedy. They roll into town at 0-6. And yes, we had a good crowd and another homecoming, this one at McFarland. And Jorge Hernandez-Galvin was minding his own business when they snapped him the ball. He comes up with it, scoops it up, and scores. Actually, this play was called back, but worth noting nonetheless. Second quarter, the Bears are back in the end zone, and they do it with Sebastian San Juan Concha, who scores and then takes a big hit before he goes out of sight. Maybe they just knocked him out of sight. I don't know. Cougars defense stepping up. Deep ball here. Samuel Sandoval coming up with the interception. So we go back to work with George Hernandez-Galvin. He's going to go to Luis Salazar with a sweet 55-yard hookup. And McFarland is in command 22-6. And that is your score at the half. And again, homecoming. Third quarter, the Panthers strike first. Andrew Gonzalez running this ball in for a touchdown. 22-12. They go with the onside kick to try to get the ball back down by 10 in the fourth quarter. That is recovered by the Cougars. and the Cougars would ice it. Sebastian San Juan Concha, 50 yards for the score, as McFarland snaps the losing streak as they win by a final of 37-24. They will host Yosemite this week, and that's a Thursday game. Time for another break. Coming up, we have our Players of the Week. We'll be right back. It's a week off for BC football, home against Allen Hancock next week. It's homecoming. Wish I brought the mini football. First 1,000 fans get a mini football. Let's go to our Players of the Week, sponsored by Brimhall Dental Group, committed to providing quality health care for you and your family. Our Brimhall Dental Group Offensive Player of the Week. He's already in action. That's Kennedy Thunderbirds running back Jace DeMcCoblin. Big Jace setting the tone with the early run, carrying the ball 18 times, 194 yards on his score. Thunderbirds ran for 288. Jace DeMcCoblin of Kennedy, our Brimhall Dental Group Offensive Player of the Week.
Our Brimhall Dental Group Defensive Player of the Week is
Ja'Kai
Arvin making a key fourth down stop here. He was a leader on the Falcons defense, which shut out Ridgeview in the second half of their 21-12 win over the Wolfpack. Ja'Kai Arvin of Independence is our Brimhall Dental Group Defensive Player of the Week.
Our Brimhall Dental Group Special Teams Player of the Week, number 23, Jack Hopkins of BHS. Game was tied 14-14. Bad snap, could have been disaster. Instead, he picked it up and got it through the defense somehow to flip the field, basically, and send the game into overtime. Jack Hopkins, comes away with our Brimhall Dental Group Special Teams Play of the Week. Coming up, game-saving play, and Brian Hicks, Real Estate Athlete of the Week, also Golden Empire Youth Football, and more. We'll be right back. Time for our game-saving play. It comes from the Liberty Frontier game, which went back and forth. It's fourth quarter, fourth down. Frontier trailing by 5. Number 69, Dakota Garcia with the quarterback hurry, and the pass falls incomplete. Liberty wins 25-20. Dakota Garcia of Liberty, our game-saving play of the week.
Time for our Athlete of the Week, sponsored by Brian Hicks Real Estate Group, saving clients thousands. Numbers don't lie. This week's Athlete of the Week is Jalen Murphy, Liberty High running back, coming up big in the Patriots rivalry game against Frontier, time and time again. Gutting through the defense with big runs, finishing with 24 carries for 252 yards and a touchdown. Jalen Murphy of Liberty is our Brian Hicks Real Estate Group Athlete of the Week.
On to our youth football, brought to you by Golden Empire Youth Football. The playoffs are just around the corner, by the way, and we'll be there. Golden Empire Youth Football, athletes born every day, champions born right here, right now. Freshman football, it's the Rockets, the Red Rockets, by the way, because they have a blue team. Going up against the Knights, you got a big man and a little man there in that one. First quarter, no score. This is Jason Bates on the loose. And look at Jason go. In for the touchdown. The Rockets on top 8-0. Meanwhile, the Rockets defense. This is Randy Shields in the backfield with a tackle for loss. And then it's the very next play, and it's going to be Randy Shields again. And let's put Randy Shields at quarterback because he's going to throw a TD pass to Jason Bates right here as the Rockets, the red team again, goes on to win this one by a final of 16-0. Coming up, exciting play, our hits of the week, and our scholar. We'll be right back.
Now for our exciting play of the week, brought to you by Stockdale Podiatry Group. We treat your feet. This week's exciting play, check out Stockdale quarterback Elon Mackey, the scramble. And then he is going to duck under the defender, as you see right here. Whoop.
Wow.
And goes for the touchdown. Elon Mackey of Stockdale with our Stockdale Podiatry Group. Exciting play of the week.
That's a good one. Time for our hits of the week, brought to you by Raymond's Trophies and Awards. An award is much more than an award. It's a memory. Let's begin. Foothill at West, and Victor Bernal on the scene right here with a nice stick. You're looking at Victor Bernal of West High School. Let's go to Wasco at Kennedy. Omar Villalobos is going to bring the pain on this run right here and make the stick. Oh my Omar. Omar Villalobos of Kennedy. This week's winner, when is a hit more than a hit, when it results in a safety, Joaquin Witten of Liberty in the backfield to make the play. That's Joaquin Witten of Liberty, and he is our Raymond's Trophies and Awards Hitman of the Week. Time now for our Scholar of the Week, brought to you by Accelerated Urgent Care. Get better faster. This week's Scholar of the Week from Ridgeview, he's number 55, Ian Ortiz. Let's show him to you. He has a GPA of 4.0, wants to major in engineering. Schools, BC, Simpson University, or Cal Poly. Other sports, track and field. His favorite food is wings. Favorite TV show, SpongeBob. Third guy in a row that loves SpongeBob. Music, a little bit of everything. And one thing most people don't know about Ian Ortiz, he used to wrestle in 6th grade. Ian Ortiz of Ridgeview is our Accelerated Urgent Care Scholar of the Week. Predictions are coming at you. We'll be right back. Time for predictions. We got about a 2-minute drill here. Go. And our first game, Kennedy Shafter. That's going to be a good one. I do like Kennedy in this one.
I do like what Perucci said in terms of, like, whoever has the ball last.
All right, Independence Highland also a Thursday game. We're both going with Highland. And then BHS, BCHS. Boy, what a big game. I'll go with the Drillers.
I'll go with the Drillers, too. I think they're riding high off that one.
All right, Liberty Centennial. We're both going with Centennial in that one, although no Jet Santiago probably at quarterback, so we might want to flip over to the other side. Garces Frontier. We're both going with the Titans to bounce back. We like Wasco over Taft. Let's see what else we have. Chavez, Delano, you like the Tigers?
Yeah, I like the Tigers. I think Chavez is still young, trying to get used to things.
All right, Tehachapi, defending champs. We like them up on the mountain against West High. North against East. Both teams looking for their first win in league play. Go with the Stars in that one. Arvin, Golden Valley. This will be a good one.
Yeah, I like the Arvin's pass game a lot, too.
All right, so I'll go with Golden Valley to bounce back. Foothill against Del Oro. Foothill trying to go 2-0 in league play. A couple other games of note. Stockdale, Ridgeview. Non-league, I'll go with Stockdale in this one.
I'll go with Stockdale, too. It was a good win against Garces.
Miramonte South. South keeps just moving along, but Miramonte, they stepped up last week. That's going to be a good one. Kern Valley against Cal City. We're both going with Kern Valley. And the Renegades against Allen Hancock. We're both going with BC. We didn't have a graphic, but we can tell you McFarland's hosting Yosemite. We'll go with McFarland on that one.
Yes, we will.
All right. For Miles, I'm Greg. We'll see you next week. We should be back at our regular time of 5 o'clock. Have a great night.
Hometown Sports was sponsored by Alpha Technologies and Alarm Systems, Little Caesars, Mercedes-Benz of Bakersfield, Valley Strong Credit Union, and Golden Empire Transit.